Hello, gamers. It's
Hello.
time. Ganon must fall. And you know who's going to do it? This guy right here. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Zelkys. I'm a French speedrunner of various games, and I did speedrun every free Zelda. But today we are on Breath of the Wild, any percent. I will be held by Teikage and Angry Demon Noises.
Hello.
Yo, you
So,
said your name first, so I let you go first.
Okay. Hi, my name's Tikage. I also run this game as well. I run multiple categories on this game, and Zelkys is an amazing runner, so I'm pretty excited to see this run go on.
thank you.
I'm Angry Demon Noises. I'm not a runner, but I'm a restreamer and a commentator, so I'm here for the juice. No Angry Demon Noises today, though.
Feels bad, man.
Alright, I think we can go, so let's go. I would say 3, 2, 1, go.
And we're off.
Okay, so maybe you could talk about talk a bit about the language and the game in general.
So because we're part of the French bloc, we're running it in French. I'm just kidding. So French is the fastest language to run any percent because of the text boxes that you save. This isn't the case for every single category, but it is for any percent that French is the fastest.
Yep. It also depends on which region your console's from. So, like European consoles, it'll be actually French, because it's French, and your American consoles are Canadian French. So Canadian French is actually a few frames slower than French. So in America, the fastest language for any percent would be German.
Réveille-toi.
Alright, grab the Chica slate or tablet Chica.
Yep. Right now, Zelkys is actually on world record pace.
Cette tablette Sheikah.
Well, my current
It's
record
true.
is 31 minutes and 44 seconds, while the world record is 26 minutes and 55 seconds.
You've been pushing that record.
Pretty nice times. So the Sheikah slate is pretty much useless. We just use this to enter shrines and use our runes, which we only use them a couple of times. The only one that you like really gets use out of it is probably going to be stasis and bombs, magnesis here and there. And first skip in the game, which actually requires a Sheikah slate, is going to be the Shrine of Resurrection clip.
And then after that, it's useless.
Yeah, then after that, it's pretty much useless. So what Zelkys is actually doing right here is a very precise trick where he has to get Link aligned to the wall in a very specific spot to where Link actually clips out of bounds. And I'm going to stay quiet so we can get this.
Finally.
There we go. And we're off. So now Zelkys is out of bounds, and he's going to be making his way up the edge of the slope and then clipping back in bounds. And doing this allows us to actually skip a couple of cutscenes, which saves us some time. And not only that, it actually locks the weather and the time at 5:15 a.m.
So it saves us all the time.
Yes. So it is currently locked on morning. So that means nothing can happen to us weather-wise.
And
No
so this thing we
clouds,
don't-
no rain.
Rain is the most important thing we don't want to deal with.
Yes.
I think the clouds are okay.
And no blood moon. Because back in the day, in 2017, we could have blood moon and panic blood moons during castle.
Oh, yeah.
So here we grab our first weapon, and we'll run into the first cutscene that we can't really skip.
Que t'indique la carte de la tablette Sheikah.
It's kind of unfortunate. It's not too much time, but it does take a bit of time. But luckily for us, we actually don't lose health in this cutscene from the cold. But Zelkys will have to maneuver pretty quickly through this snowy area, just so he doesn't die later on. We'll be approaching the Boko camp where we get our next 2 tools that we use for the run.
And this camp is notoriously known for causing havoc.
Yes,
So-
indeed.
We'll see how it goes.
So he's going to be grabbing this arrow chest, and he's going to try to get this bow from the Boko, which he did successfully without the other Bokos interrupting. So this is pretty good. And now he's going to be shield surfing to this wall, which will be leading us to our first shrine where we get our first rune.
And as long as we make it to the sunny area before the hearts run out, we are good.
And Zelkys is good. So the trick right there is actually have 1 heart whenever you start climbing that wall, and whenever you make it up halfway the wall, you're going to lose that half a heart. And if that does happen, that's how you know that you made it pretty well, or you're going to make it. Oh, looks like you didn't get skew. So what Zelkys is going to be doing right here is getting a skew, which skew allows us to actually shield clip through walls like you just saw right here.
Yeah, essentially what it does is it takes Link's position and angles it a little bit so that the next time you perform a jump, it moves him in midair, and that's what allows you to clip through the wall because you're forcing that movement.
Yep. What it is a snapback feature. Link will actually it'll save the state that Link is once the shield is unequipped. So you'll have that angle, and then it'll snap Link back in that angle for 2 frames, and on that second frame is what's going to clip you in through the wall. It's a really amazing trick, which allows us to skip the Great Plateau Tower, which saves us a ton of time.
That is the longest cutscene ever.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. But this game is fairly difficult for new runners. There's a lot of things like the end game, the stamina management, food. It's pretty hard.
Yeah, I think the
Let's be honest.
tutorials are like, what, maybe 3 to 4 hours long, and it's like a 30-minute run.
Yeah.
And that doesn't count all the time it takes to practice all these.
Yeah. I think the hardest part is like keeping the motivation to like keep learning, because whenever you start off learning, some of the tricks can be a bit frustrating. But the community is really great with like helping out with things like that, keeping you motivated, pushing you.
Yeah, and the community has grown a lot. Like, currently there is a Breath of the Wild tournament that I got out because of you, Tay.
Oh yeah, sorry.
And like the previous year we were like 18 people, and now we are over 60 into the tournament. Well, we did qualifiers, but a good growth of the community.
Yeah, and we were looking through the names the other day, and we could only match maybe like 40% of the runners to the ones that have participated before. So that just goes to show you how many new people we've gotten.
Yeah, the community is growing a lot over this past year. I'd say the virus helped out a lot with that.
Very much so.
Yeah. This is probably the hardest part of the run, selecting the right dialogue choices.
Yeah, it's down, up, up, down.
Yeah.
2-1-1-2.
And now that we got the hardest part of the run over with, we can move on to the next hardest.
Now it's a free PB from here.
Yeah. So what Zelkys is going to be doing is using this boulder to ride up to the edge of this cliff, and he's going to be shield surfing to this amazing trick, which, Adian, would you like to explain it?
Oh gosh, all right. Well, this is the first fun one in the game, I think. So Link has this special ability of his. When he goes and pulls out his bow in midair, he goes into bullet time, which slows down time by 20 times. When he leaves bullet time, it sets the speed back to normal speed. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to set up these bokoblins so that they're in the correct spot. He's going to activate bullet time, and then as soon as he leaves, he goes 20 times faster than he was. And so it's a pretty cool trick.
It's an amazing trick, allowing us to skip a lot of Great Plateau.
Like
You're actually
when
flying.
these were discovered, it changed the game a
Yeah.
lot. Like I believe that added a lot of new runners into it when you realize that all of a sudden you're not just running around, you're basically flying.
Yeah. Right here, Zelkys is using another skew to clip inside the shrine.
And you didn't talk about, but I did another trick that avoids me getting damages.
True.
Which is called
Whoa.
Oh yeah, the fall damage cancel. Yeah, we forgot about that. Yeah, Zelkys did a fall damage cancel.
You'll have to do it again, maybe. Unless you're doing slate storage.
No, I don't do state storage.
Alright, you'll have to do it again. So we'll get it on the next one.
Okay, sure.
These are cutscenes that we wish we can skip.
Yeah, Shadow, we do have a lot of like different save states that we make for practicing, and especially if you're running like different categories.
Or you
Then
have
it's-
different profiles set up with different auto saves and hard saves.
Sorry.
Yeah, so on the Switch it's just like a whole user, but you can just make a new user and then.
I have
that
like
is a
8
profile.
accounts. I have like 8 accounts.
I have about 2.
I'm pretty sure you got more than 2.
Just about. Oh, that was unfortunate. Zelkys did miss the crowd skip, but the backup for the shrine's not that bad. Only
Yeah.
loses about 7 seconds. Oh, and a cheeky little shield flip. I respect
maybe.
it.
Save like half a second. I don't know.
I respect the hustle.
But yeah, this game is really optimized. Like, it's really hard. Once you pass like sub 35, it starts to be really hard to get PBs and stuff. Because you need to have a lot of consistency on this game.
Well, at that point, it's based on a lot of very specific things like your movement. All right, so here we're going to set up another BTB, but this one is notoriously the worst one in the game. It's a very finicky setup.
Yes. It looks like Zelkys had a really good BTB setup, giving him enough height, and he's going to be able to skip most of the Great Plateau, leading him all the way to the next shrine, which is Magnesis. And we're going to be hoping for unloaded.
And this is where we're going to do fall damage cancel. Essentially, what we're going to do is switch weapons in midair so that it resets where the game thinks Link's altitude is.
And
Or you fall into the water. That works too.
Yeah.
falling in the water saves you from dying.
Hey,
But
and there we go. We got an
over,
unloaded shrine.
Yeah, unloaded shrine, unloaded Magnesis. What happened there was like as Link was flying, the game was like storing all the data of him flying, but it left out some of it, which was the shrine. So the shrine was actually unloaded or in an unloaded state, so Zelkys was able to walk in instead of having to shield clip.
Yeah, the way that the game codes it is that the door is matched onto the texture of the shrine, and that's one of the last things that it loads, at least for the shrine. And so you want that texture to not load so that you can just walk right in.
You're saving you about 10 to 15 seconds. And this is probably the most boring shrine in Great Plateau.
I'm pretty sure this is the one they do the most vanilla too.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's only one thing you do as a trick, and that's actually 2. Would be pushing the block in with Magnesis and then shield flipping.
Well, and you're supposed to push the block, so I'd say that's still
Yeah,
vanilla.
it's in a different way though.
That's true.
It's not the intended way. You're supposed to pull the block out and then push them, not like walking towards the blocks. Oh yeah, we're forgetting to mention why we need spirit orbs. So whenever you get all 4 spirit orbs on plateau, you get 1 per shrine on plateau. This would allow you to get the paraglider from the old man at the Temple of Time, and which would allow us to do the infamous BTB, leading us all the way to the castle. So we're on our third spirit orb right now. We're about to go get our fourth, and what Zelkys is about to perform here is a box walk. It's a pretty amazing stasis trick. Ooh. Fortunately, Zelkys walked a little too fast there, and I think we're gonna go for a jog and a swim.
Any joggers?
Joggers in chat.
I don't think the swim loses you too much time.
No.
Probably breaks even with going back and setting up the slab.
Oh no.
And here we set up yet another BTB and more joggers.
Baby bounce, yep, more joggers. We're gonna try to go for a nice little tree rocket.
Okay, we jog.
We jog. All right, it was a good hustle.
See, at least they've seen BTVs, you know.
Yeah.
That's not important.
Link's been asleep for 100 years, so the legs could use a workout.
Also, we didn't talk about that, but I'm going amiibo and not no amiibo.
Yep.
For some reasons, like consistency and RNG.
The RNG definitely sucks. Although, in this case, if you were running non-amiibo, jogging may help because it sometimes lets you grab an early beetle.
Yeah.
Here's by far one of my favorite shrines on Plateau.
And it
Actually,
introduced
it
a
is my
new
favorite
trick.
Yeah. That was a really clean clip. All right, this is the last time we got to watch this cutscene.
Yeah, this is the long drip.
It's kind of funny how you just wait so long just for a tiny little drop.
I mean, I think it's cool they somehow put electrical data into liquid. So, works for me.
That's impressive. Although they weren't thinking about the runners whenever they made this cutscene.
Definitely not. Alright, so now that we have the bomb zone, we get to do another really cool glitch. I'll let you watch it first.
Amazing trick.
So essentially what's going on is that the way the physics works in this game is when an object is sent into another one, it takes that momentum. And so what you do here is you set two bombs and you explode the one behind so that it sends the bomb in front of it right into Link, and Link takes all of that momentum and goes flying. You can actually use that trick in a couple of other ways. Like we'll use the magnesis rune to grab like a rock or a chest or something, and we can use it to push other objects.
That's fun. Fun game. No flaws at all.
Definitely not intended by the devs.
Yeah, perfect game.
Well, they've intended a lot of stuff, though.
They did, yes. Bullet time's probably one of the most broken things we have.
Yeah.
Easily. I mean, bullet time makes the flying in the air possible.
Which we love and appreciate, and thanks for not taking that out, developers.
I bet they thought about it.
Very nice one, Bone.
Yeah, this one's rough because you want a low angle, otherwise you'll take too much damage coming down.
Oh, we're gonna be riding the tree up to Temple of Time.
Yeah, this one is good. It would work.
I hope it works.
I mean, this one has to work.
That was close.
I was close to landing in the hole.
Hey, still made it.
Yeah. I
Now we're
fell
gonna
many
talk to
times
Roman.
into these holes. Feels bad, man.
Yeah, I know. You have a history of falling through the holes.
Yeah.
It's better than getting stuck in the roof.
Yeah, that's true. And then with those 4 spirit orbs we got throughout Plateau, we're able to get the paraglider, which is the key item that we need for this next BTB.
Which is also the last BTB.
And one of the hardest. If not the hardest one. That's basically 2 frames.
This BTB is a 2-frame trick. It's really difficult to time. So, especially whenever you're on good pace, you probably get a little bit nervous coming up to this BTB and end up messing it up. So this is like one of the highest reset points in a run.
Yeah, timing a jump off of a tower is not an easy feat.
This one was too early.
Those 1 to 2 frames will get you.
And we're off.
It took a long time.
What, 6 attempts? It's not too
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, not too bad. We've seen much worse.
Yeah,
And you went out of it with a decent amount of stamina, so...
yeah. So right there, Zelkys probably only lost about like 2-3 minutes, which is not too bad. But this BTB is going to send him all across like Hyrule Field and heading right into the castle.
And the thing is that the place where I land right now is basically the place where you go to if you run no amiibo. I'm just gonna take some arrows from safety.
Yeah.
Oh, the cutscene.
I think Zelkys should get the other box as well for backup food.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. Great loot.
Quick. My cat says hi.
Oh, nice. Double banana. This can actually be a no meal run.
Yeah.
I mean,
And opting out of the durian for a hearty meal.
up to you now if you want to use amiibos.
No, I'm gonna go for amiibo. I announced amiibo, I won't change.
I think if he uses the bananas he got, does he get more attack or time? I don't remember. I know that he gets a benefit out of it.
It'd be the more attack.
Yeah.
'Cause
Basically. Yeah, go for
No,
it.
go ahead. Oh, the more like mighty food you have, the higher your attack would be. and then the other ingredients would increase the duration.
Yeah. Banana lame.
Banana lame.
Banana lame is a huge meme in the community.
Yeah, but we say lamb in French.
I know you say that in French, but that's not the point.
It's probably one of my favorite tricks right here. Manipulating this Lizalfo to stay on that square bomb. Although if you spend too much time in the armory, it can actually like mess up the Lizalfo positioning and how the Lizalfo reacts. So right here, Zelkys is going to be doing some nice movement and using this fire arrow to light up these boxes, to light up these leaves, which would give him an updraft, which would save probably about 5 seconds from having to climb back up. So small optimization, and it looks really cool.
Yeah, the only problem is sometimes if you're low on hearts, you could lose health from the fire damage.
Yep. And luckily the Lizalfo has not moved at all, which is really good. So the Lizalfo is actually locked. Yep, the Lizalfo is locked right there on that bomb. For some reason, it's just more focused on the bomb than Link actually whistling right behind him.
He's just having a good time, man.
Yeah, I guess. I think Ganon hired some bad bodyguards, though.
Yeah, they're easily distracted.
Especially these two.
Oh,
Except for that one.
that's pretty rare. That
Yeah.
irritates me.
I think the jump was a little too early. But luckily this reload will put him right back in dining hall right whenever he's grabbing the food.
Yeah, sometimes the autosaves can be finicky, but sometimes they come in clutch.
There we go.
And now we'll cook the attack food that we need for the final boss.
Yep.
Best rank 420. That's not a joke. Sometimes it can be higher if you're lucky, but usually it's 420.
Yep. 420 is average for the types of fish that you use.
And then from here we'll do a couple more wind bombs, and it'll take us to the final boss room.
These wind bombs are really risky because in the castle area there's a lot of stuff going on, so it does cause a lot of lag. And whenever you're doing damage boosts like this, like a wind bomb, you can unfortunately like lag stop or have a high chance of lag stop in this area just because there's so much going on and the game can't like process everything that's going on. So it'll just force Link to stop in place.
Yeah, which costs time.
A lot of time. Now what Zelkys is doing right here is a setup to one of the best discoveries we had in any percent. This is called the Wind Blight skip, and I will shut up for this.
If it worked.
Essentially what this is what is happening here is he's shooting an arrow while walking into the cutscene, and this arrow is staying in the same place. And hopefully what we're wishing for is that this arrow is staying in Windblight's head during this cutscene, and we're going to watch this cutscene all the way through. And you see as the head spazzing right here, it means that the arrow is actually inflicting damage, and we're able to kill Windblight through the cutscene. So Windblight doesn't even have a chance to touch Zelkys.
Basically does near infinite damage right during the cutscene.
Yes.
There are times where if you get the positioning wrong, it won't deal enough damage, and then not really saving much time. So it was good that we got it.
Yeah, Wind Blight was one of the reasons that I didn't want to do any percent whenever I first started learning this game.
Like because of the skip?
No. Wind Blight was just really difficult for me to do.
Oh yeah,
It's about
Wind Blight
those.
has such annoying attacks.
Yeah, the gusts, the tornadoes, they would always hit me.
Oh my god, it's so far.
Yeah, it's better than him falling on the roof though, or on that like little balcony. I've seen that happen much too many times.
From here on out, Zelkys is going to be mowing down these blights like it's nothing.
Yeah, we pretty much grab every single weapon in order to use them in a specific way in these fights.
Yeah, the weapon routing's pretty nice for blights and calamity. There's probably about like 3 different ways you can go about it, and all of them are really good. Some of them saving like probably seconds from apart, like 1 or 2 seconds.
Why?
Very weird fall on his part.
Now we're on Thunderblight. Probably one of the best like blights whenever it comes to cosmetics.
I think it's
I
also
really
one of
like
the best
here.
in terms of like attack.
Oh yes, this was one that probably gave a lot of people a challenge whenever it came to casual gameplay.
Yeah.
I just really like the hook. I just wish you got the Blight's weapons whenever you killed them.
Oh, that
Oh
would be
yeah. I agree.
Like, imagine having that hook.
Dude, being able to use these in the next fights, that'd be pretty cool.
Breath of the Wild 2, Claws Champ.
Oh, that's true.
So we're finishing off Thunderblights with double hits.
Okay.
We're gonna be going on to the next fight, which is Calamity. This one's probably the worst whenever it comes to RNG. What Zelkys is going to be doing is going for as many headshots as he can and really following Calamity's movement.
Yeah, it's a lot of this is very responsive more than anything.
Yeah. You have to adapt to whatever Calamity's doing to you and react properly. So right now, Zelkys has a really good start to Calamity.
But I don't
that
have
area.
much arrows.
No, looks like
Oh,
it's gonna be a
yeah.
close combat. You could get the 5 arrows near the starting point.
Yeah.
Well, this is probably going to be a close combat fight.
Just gonna grab the arrows. I need them.
Yeah, definitely.
That's one of the bad things about Amiibo is you can get lucked out on arrows.
Well, he still went for the barrel too.
Yeah,
so-
still unfortunately it got really bad.
yeah, it was just bad luck. And we had a couple joggers,
Yeah.
so that that would have been a few extra arrows as well. And then what we usually have to do here is save a couple arrows, because if Calamity goes up onto the wall like this, the only way to get him down is 2 arrows, like 2 bomb arrows specifically.
Yep, or 3 elemental arrows or a headshot. But it's pretty hard to aim for the head whenever Calamity's on the wall like that. But right now, Zelkys is actually having a really good fight for the arrow RNG that he has right now.
Hey, because we only need the arrows for the first half, and there's the first half.
Yeah, first half.
Okay,
done.
shush. Okay, we're good.
This is probably one of the most nerve-wracking laser parries to do, especially whenever you're on really good pace. And what Zelkys is going to be performing here is a stun lock.
And that laser parry is all audio cues, hence why we needed to shush.
Yeah.
Or at least I know a lot of people use the audio cue.
I use visual. But this lock right here is actually really good whenever it comes to keeping Calamity in place. Basically, let us have a chance to just deal as much damage as we need to Calamity to finish him off without Calamity doing anything to us.
Yeah, and this stun lock is actually one of the only things they ended up patching in the game. You can't actually do this in master mode.
So let's see the big war between killing one of the horse. I'm not gonna kill the horse.
Not true. It's your time, chat. If you want the horse to die.
You can kill the horse.
Okay. Are you ready? Or I guess let me know when I need to call it.
No, just call it now. You should
Okay.
probably
Well,
know.
it didn't change. So we are saving the horse.
We're accidentally killing the horse.
No.
Tout attaque.
We'll kill the big man bear horse instead.
Mais
Yeah.
je ne pourrai pas tenir
The
très
boar.
longtemps. Il te faudra viser les points lumineux. Je crois en ta victoire, Link.
This fight actually is just an auto scroller. There's nothing that really goes on.
It's
Except for-
basically a glorified cutscene.
Yeah, that's what it is. You can just miss your arrow shots or have really bad positioning. That's the only time loss you'll have.
Le pouvoir de Ganon s'affaiblit.
And he didn't miss a single one, so there you go.
Are we going for RNG manipulation?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. RNG manip.
This is so we finish faster.
C'est le moment. Je contiens son aura. Tu l'as blessé. Continue comme ça.
More RNG manip. I need.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try the cool stuff. Let's see if I can do it.
Cool stuff. I like it.
Dropping some pings in the distance.
Je me charge de son aura.
Yeah, there's not much to this. Hey, Dean, do you want to talk about the Discord and the community we have?
Il est presque.
Yes. So there's a main Breath of the Wild speedrunning Discord, and then we also have Zelda speedruns that like hosts most of our tournaments and stuff like that.
Sur sa tête.
I don't know if you want me to post links or anything else.
If you go on SRC and go on Breath of the Wild, you'll be able to find all the resources you need there. We have a really amazing community. Everything's really cool, and let's see if Zelkys can pull this wind bomb off.
And I'm pretty sure on speedrun we're
No.
one of the very most
tried.
active games.
Ooh,
It's okay. I tried to flex.
treasure flex.
Maintenant, Link. Finissons-en.
I'm done.
And Zelkys about to call time.
36:33.
GG, Zelkys.
Thank you.
This is the last fight. That was it. Which is why Calamity is typically the really hard one, and this
Yeah.
one is not that bad.
Oh, this one's a cakewalk.
Yeah.
It was a really good time. Really good time.
Yeah, for marathon, it's pretty good.
Yeah,
Don't complain
especially with
about
that arrow RNG.
Oh yeah. I
And
could have
careful,
flexed, but
maybe.
it would have been too much dangerous like parrying all Ganon's attacks, but way too dangerous.
Yeah, a lot of those timings are tough.
So I think we are done for Breath of the Wild. Time for some Prince of Persia.
Yeah, Prince of Persia coming up. Well, thank you, Zelkys. Thank you, Tay.
problem.
Angry demon noises. Appreciate it. Hey, I couldn't even tell that it was bad RNG. I'm just going off you. You made it look easy, so that's good. That's good.
It's not.
I'm sure it's not. All right. Like they just said, we got Erases 7. 7 erases 7. I don't know if the 7s are even pronouncing that. I'm
Another
sorry.
French boy.
Yeah. But anyways, he's gonna be doing Prince of Persia 2 Thrones, 80%, no major glitches. So check that out. The only other bid incentive we'll be having for the day, guys, there'd be a couple for the all bosses relay that'll be the climax of the event right there, and that's going to be towards the end. It'll be later today, so you can basically screw over one team. Yeah, you don't like the guy on that one team. Yeah, you like the guy on this team. Hey, help him out or don't help him out, whichever way you want to go with that.
Him some
All right.
Nui.
All right. Well, thanks again, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks again
Take care.
for having me. And
Tu affronterais Ganon.
thank you, Tay and Adian, for commentating.
Thank you for choosing us.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Link,
We're honored.
héros d'Hyrule.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.